Hi, this is Pastor Johnson with another word of encouragement. And today I want to talk to you about depression. You know, as everybody is at home and things on the coronavirus front seem to be getting better in some respects. And in other respects, you hear a lot of mixed information. And that's one thing. It's the health concerns and public service announcements and all the updates that we're getting that are giving us information, maybe in some cases too much information. But at the same time, then if you know people that have been affected by this, that also causes a lot of consternation, especially deaths and those kind of things. So what happens though, when we get into binds or we get into times that we have to, that we're stressed or we're pressed, what we believe in is what bubbles to the surface and really determines what we will do. You know, one of the things that depression is caused by, I'm convinced, and it seems like it probably isn't related, but let me explain in a minute and you'll see how these two kind of converge. And that is pride. You see, pride has to do with what you believe and what you allow yourself to dwell on. When you get into a situation, if you have pushed God aside, if you have said, you know, in your mind that serving God's not important or what He has to say about things, and you've gone another direction, at some point in your life, there will become times that you're going to face difficulties that cause you to have to go to something. You find out that the problem that you're looking at or the situations that you're dealing with are bigger than yourself, bigger than what you can handle. And if you have pushed God out, if you have relegated things of God as to not being important in your life, then when it comes time for those answers that God can give, you'll shut those out. And as you begin to circle the drain and you begin to go down in your spirit into depression, you sink into that deep place. You know, I have a visual for depression. It's like doing a bear hug around the fact that things simply will not change. You're grabbing a hold of that and believing that, and no one can convince you otherwise. You have to change what you believe. You have to allow yourself to accept new information. Because depression happens when you're just simply using the same information that you have and you're not allowing any new information in. God has a word for you today. God wants to give hope where there's despair. God wants to give a solution where you think there is none. You see, sometimes we're up against a wall and all we can see is the wall. We're up against a mountain, all we can see is the mountain. All we can see is the problem. We see the forest and not a way through it. And God says, I see clearly because I'm not on your level. David says like this, I look to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and earth. And so if I am not just looking and resourcing my ability from things that are on my level, then I have a chance to get out of it. It's like a rat in a maze. The person that's sitting above looking down can see clearly. But the rat, as it were, in that maze is bumping up against edges, trying to find his way through, and he's not being successful. When we give God a chance, regardless of how our past has been, regardless of what we felt about God in the past, when we give God a chance, when we open our ears and open our eyes to allow ourselves to understand what God has to say about things and give Him a chance, you'll find that the way through that maze is made much clearer. And where there was no hope, all of a sudden, hope springs and you're able to see a way out. God bless you. Have a great day.